Hey, what's up? This is Basil Barrington. We are back. I am back with DJ Keo. What's going on, DJ Keo?
What's good, man? How you doing?
I am cool, man. I am good, man. Some more news came out about this Alpha Theta thing, and I just wanted to talk about this because what did we say? It ain't over. It is not over. It is
Yeah,
not
drama
over.
is piling up right now.
Yeah, do you like, let me ask you this here. So, first of all, the news that's coming out right now is that InMusic Brands, which is the company that owns, I call InMusic Brands to me is like probably one of the most brilliant, like, music technology companies out there. They've
Yeah,
done
they
all
gobbled up all the smart companies. That are doing
Moog,
this
everyone,
stuff.
right? And so what they're
Yeah, yeah.
saying right now is like, well, wait a minute. If Alpha Theta acquires Serato, they're going to eliminate innovation in the DJ space, in the DJ software space. Because what it means is this, right? It means this. It means that if Alpha Theta acquires Serato and it goes through, and I thought it was a $20 or $50 million company. Apparently, it's a 100 million plus company, right?
That's very interesting right there.
That's very interesting. So if they acquire them and it went through, Pioneer has two things they can do. First thing they can do is they can say, okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to continue to license this out to different companies, but we may charge you more. Or
yeah, they're gonna change the license fee for sure.
right.
That's
Or what they may say
Yeah.
is, let's get rid of Serato because that's a really good business model. It's a $100 million company, right? Let's get rid of Serato and let's license out Rekordbox. So what do you think about this whole thing? Do you think that, that's the sort of argument that a lot of companies make when they're trying to stop their competitor from acquiring a company? What do you think?
This is the problem for InMusic is that they're completely invested into the Serato business model.
Yeah.
Like they have four companies, or all four. Denon too. Denon uses Serato too.
Yeah.
So they have four companies that are directly affected by this sale and
Yeah.
the future of what's going to happen to this company. And we talked about this before that when Serato got bought for the record box and Data Music, they basically said Serato's dead to the rest of the DJ community, and we're replacing it with Rekordbox. And we're gonna take all the husk of it and put it into Rekordbox, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
But that completely destroys InMusic's possibility to make money from their controllers. They need Serato to be open and available to them.
Yeah.
And so you're right. There's two options. If they change the licensing thing, that's going to cost them more money, which means they're going to have to charge more money for the controllers, whatever, and that hurts them because, InMusic has cheap controllers, they have mid-range controllers, and they have expensive high-end controllers, right?
Yeah.
But if their cheap controllers have the extra $20 or whatever on the sale of it, whatever it costs more, that they're going to have to raise the price of the cheap controllers, where Pioneer can keep their cheap controllers cheap. And so like you're affecting the entire infrastructure and how these things are sold and how much they cost and all this stuff all at one swoop. And you're right. If they take over, this is a huge problem. This is why I said in our last video, like, Serato's dead, either or.
Yeah.
Either InMusic is like, well, we cannot attach our entire livelihood to this thing that can be swooped away from us at any moment, or you know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna look at it like, well, we need to create our own thing. Serato's timing is done for at the moment. Like this, how can this
Serato's
go
done.
on here?
Serato's done, dude.
How could this go on? Knowing that you can snatch the rug from underneath you at any moment. Why would you keep going?
Here's another outcome. First of all, like Jack O'Donnell, the owner of InMusic Brand, he basically said, if this went through, it's going to raise prices, eliminate innovation, and limit choices. So it's a big thing. It's a big thing in a small industry. I said that. I was like, yo, this industry,
DJ's small.
Wall Street don't even care
matter.
about this. This is small potatoes. So let me ask you this here, right? Because something else he said in one of, and people were quoting him like, if if this acquisition goes through, Denon or InMusic Brand has had like a 20-year relationship with Serato. If this acquisition goes through, then it would take InMusic Brand years to create sort of like a software like Serato. Now, here's the interesting thing about that.
How many
right?
years have I been saying this? They need to do this.
Right. Here's the interesting thing about that comment, right? It's like, well, you have Engine DJ. Why not just take it off the...
Flip it over.
Why not just make it into like a desktop, a laptop, software? Why are you creating this proprietary software that only works in Denon DJ controllers?
It don't
right?
make any sense. You have the golden goose in your company already.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is just put a DJ version, the desktop version of it, with 2 bars that go across the screen. That's all you gotta do. You do it any way you want. It can keep it green. It doesn't matter. Just put the 2 bars of music across the screen. That's it. Problem solved.
Here's the other thing too, right? Mr. O'Donnell, he makes a very good point, because he's like, basically that will raise prices, curtail like innovations, everything else, right? So my philosophy is Alpha Theta acquires it, gets rid of it. Why would you? It doesn't make any sense, right? But if that software is gone, what's going to happen to Reloop? What's going to happen to Hercules? What's going to happen to all of these small boutique companies that license Serato?
Yeah.
What's going to happen to them?
Here's your option. You have Virtual DJ, you have Tractor, and you have InMusic. These are 2 options. They're going to have to hitch their wagon to something else.
Or
now, like
or
right
algorithm,
now.
DJ Pro AI
yeah.
app. But I'm starting to have second thoughts about that app myself, that software myself. I think that with these InMusic brand and also like Pioneer going at each other, dude, this is the perfect opportunity for native instruments and Tractor.
It is
perfect.
It is.
And this is like, they're like, dude, okay, you can do your thing, right? They have a software, it's pretty tight.
It's robust. It's robust. And it works.
Again, like I said, a lot of DJs, some of the first DJ softwares that DJs were using was Tractor or Scratch before it was Serato, right?
It was the Stanton, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were all there in the beginning. And this is a golden opportunity, but there's just quiet right now. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I would be making memes. I would be shooting videos about how much better our thing is, and we're gonna be here forever. You don't have to worry about pulling the rug or anything. I'd be doing all this stuff. And because DJs are, when I made the video a couple weeks ago, a lot of DJs were messaging me offline, and they're like, "Yo, I don't know what's gonna happen right now. I got to figure out another solution here. I may have to go software or new hardware. I don't know what to do." And I was like, I don't know, man, because it's too early to tell what's going to happen here. It's way too early to tell. And like I said, we had no idea that InMusic was going to be like, hey, we're going to try and block this. But this is going to upend Rekordbox's strategy, because Rekordbox's strategy was, we're going to take this stuff out of Serato, put it in Rekordbox, and force everybody to use Rekordbox.
Yeah.
But this could be a resurgence into Serato to keep the Serato afloat from all these other companies here too. Mm-hmm. Like there could be a backlash from this thing here, because InMusic is making very good points, but this is also their fault, because how many years have they had a chance to deal with this problem?
Yeah, exactly.
You saw it already, because you made Denon. You made a thing for Denon. You saw the writing was on the wall.
Yeah,
so it's not like you weren't aware.
Right. Yeah, and it's almost like so they have numark and they also have Denon DJ, and it's just like, if Serato is gone, InMusic brand doesn't have a software, right? But they do have a software, but it just doesn't work on a laptop or a computer or something like that. They need to do. Come on. The bulk
of DJs do not do festival stuff with CDJs or whatever. No. Like the bulk of DJs use a laptop and put their music on a laptop and play it with their controller. The bulk, we're talking good 80% of DJs do that. Mm-hmm. And so like, to forget about this market and only focus on festival is stupid. It's dumb.
This is not
the point of when Denon dropped the SC5000, their whole focus was, we're going to change your rider, and this is the thing that all these the super DJs, top DJs in the world, they're going to switch over to this, and it's going to trickle down. Everyone's going to buy a $3,000 controller. No, that's not what happened.
No.
Like barely anybody's using them in the club. Like it's still like 6%, 7% market share. Like you moved the needle because it was cool. Like you have really good gear, like the Prime 4. All that stuff is really good, but you didn't move the needle from all the people that still DJ with the laptop.
Yeah.
Because there's still all the dead end people that are, numark, everybody else that's using this stuff. They're using a laptop. They're using Serato. Whereas you could have got your foot in the door with your free software that comes with your controller.
Yeah.
You could have easily got your foot in the door with all
You
the
know?
people that sold all this stuff. You have 5 brands. You have Rain, you have numark, you have a bunch of stuff over there
Come
that
on.
high-end DJs use.
Mm-hmm.
And you could have got your foot in the door with all this time, but you guys are sitting in your hands waiting. This is your fault. So
Or
this is go ahead.
I was gonna say, or remember, InMusic brand, I think they acquired Moog for like what, 30 million or 50 million, something like that. All these companies you acquired, you mean to tell me Alpha Theta and Serato were talking to each other without no one knowing? InMusic
no one do this.
InMusic brand, why didn't you go to Serato and say, yo, you know
Impossible.
what? Why you didn't want to purchase Serato because you have Engine DJ, right? So, but you don't want to move Engine DJ forward where it's like compatible on laptops or just desktop computers.
But here's the thing, though. InMusic is large enough; they could have put a bid in there for it.
Yeah, for sure.
They're buying up giant companies. They're not buying tiny boutique companies. They're buying giant companies.
Yeah, for real.
They could have put some money together and made a bid themselves, and they didn't do that. And Rekordbox did. It shocked everybody, and you guys are left flat-footed because you weren't paying attention. They got to get their act together. I'll put it like that. We'll do the clean version. Get your act together now, and finish the software and get it on all these people's computers.
Yeah.
Because you have a good reputation right now from all the Dena users.
Very
and
good.
people like what you're doing over there, right?
Yeah.
So you can say we have this high-end DJ software that works on your laptop and it works with all of our gear, and it takes the place of Serato. Instantly, I think you would jump up at least 5 to 10% in market share overnight. Because at least at a minimum, right now, people are unsure about Serato, and I think that people would be like, well, let me just try this out, see how it works. If you got a good migration thing to move your music from Serato into your engine thing, which they do have, and people they'll give it a shot. They see what happens.
And
they will at least give it a shot.
And before we wrap this up, let me just say this, and I know some people may go crazy, but you know what? It's only Rekordbox, it's only Serato, it's only Tractor. That's it. All these other DJ softwares are like, they want to be big, they want to do great things, but they do too many things, which is why they're not great, You got to just make things work first and then try to add features later.
Yeah. The basics of I'm going to use turntables or CDJ, and the basics of mixing two songs together has to be tight.
That's it.
And it's not tight in some of this other software. It is not.
Yeah.
I would say this. Virtual DJ is tight.
It's tight.
Their integration is good. It is tight. People don't like virtual DJ for a reason.
Yeah.
And you guys need to revamp this AI, the GUI, your graphics interface.
Oh
you
my
need to
goodness,
fix
the
that
GUI is a mess.
and make this thing modern looking. Stop worrying about skins and all this BS. No, why is it that no other DJ software needs a skin? Why is just your stuff needs a skin?
Yeah, exactly.
Explain that to me. Nobody's like, I wish I could fix Serato and make green lights over here. Nobody's thinking that. Everyone's like, Serato looks good.
That's the kiddie stuff, man. Let me ask you this. Let's wrap this up. So we know what InMusic brand is about to do. How is this going to end? How do you think this is going to end?
I think they have a good case to stop it, but what the thing is though, either way, the writing is on the wall for Serato. InMusic will be stupid to leave their entire business structure to this company that's trying to get out of the DJ software.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah,
that's mathematically
single point of failure right there.
Yeah, so it would be in their best interest in the next 2 years or maybe less to get their desktop version of their laptop version software out the gate as soon as possible. Which they should have already been testing something on it like that already. That should have been already just hey, for giggles, let's just see what it looks like if you had a desktop thing. They should have already been doing that.
Yeah.
And if they have it, this is malpractice on the highest order.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think how this ends, two things, right? It can end this way where Alpha Theta say to InMusic brand, well, let's create a partnership. Maybe we can both buy it and then we can both benefit, right?
Yeah.
The second way it may end is because remember, this is Alpha Theta is not an American company. That's a Japanese company. So InMusic brand has to speak to, regulators in New Zealand, regulators in Europe, regulators in Japan. It has nothing to do with America, nothing at all.
Yeah.
Right, so, if this is a monopoly, you got to speak to European regulators and New Zealand and stuff like that. I think the other thing what could happen is, it goes through. And then after that, the sad thing, if it does go through, the sad thing that will happen is all of these boutique companies, these boutique DJ companies like a Reloop, like a Hercules, what's going to happen to them? Because they can't make controllers that exclusively work with DJ Pro AI app and virtual DJ. They're not going to sell those controllers. They're not.
Can't. It's not going to work.
They can't.
Yeah, you're right.
You have to sell a controller with, I remember Reloop came out with the controller that worked with virtual DJ in Serato.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. So we will see. But thanks for checking us out. Until next time, peace.